Oh, I see what's the matter. This object is into the larger model. It's not what I want. I want it out here. Okay. Now, go back to edit mode. That's not what I wanted. Left again. Okay, so this rim would protrude on the real can. Not by a lot. Maybe by a millimeter. Maybe by a little bit less than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude it outwards so that it is not creating a taper down here. Now, of course, I'm going to have to skip ahead in the video to do this properly for YouTube, but I'm going to extrude all these vertices out and then eliminate any unnecessary faces on the inside. Actually, I should save my work. Actually, there's one other important point here. This face should be selected separately and removed. I'm going to replace it later, of course. But for the moment, that has to go. And that also reminds me, this is a good shortcut. If I select all these faces instead of every individual vertex, that's another excellent shortcut. So anyway, I'll probably skip again here. Okay, now I'm going to attempt to extrude here. I will switch to the vertex edit mode. Top view. And this probably will not go very well at first. We'll have to see. Okay, so I'm off to one side, but of course this isn't actually what I am trying to do. I have to put it back where it was. Unfortunately, the Blender doesn't work perfectly in this regard. At least not the way I'm doing this very manually, of course. Okay, so now I have to scale it. And that is pretty much perfect, except for that I should add that those interfaces should not be there. Or maybe they should. I take that back, actually. I take that back, because actually the interfaces will have to form the inner side of the rim. So actually this is not incorrect. It probably is a good idea to get rid of all these little faces in here, since they won't be necessary. You want to have as few polys as possible, of course, when you model. So I will remove those. I'm going to have to skip ahead in the video, obviously. So in a bit. Just 3 of them there, see what I'm doing. Then I'll skip ahead when I get around the rim. Okay, hopefully this will work now. If I hit the delete key or hit the X key, delete faces. Okay, now I'll fill in that outer face of the rim. So again, I'm going to have to skip ahead in the video because of this being so tedious, but this is how it works basically. Right click, shift right click, shift right click, shift right click, hit the F key, it creates a face. This is a feature that I take for granted in Blender. Apparently, you can't do this in 3D Studio Max, which is very odd to me. I don't understand why it doesn't support this or something equivalent. But in any case, I'm going to go around the rim, filling all of these in. Okay, now, the top surface might as well be done now too, for the can. And this will, of course, not be the final version of it, but it will be a start on what I'll work on later. So, first I have to start by creating an edge across the top of the can. At least to do it the way I like to do it, gives me more control. So we take a closer look here. Have to be careful that you know what you're doing. Okay, so actually what I'll do, I have a better idea actually. Left view. Is that the inner one? It's important. Hard to navigate. What am I doing here? Okay. Actually, top view is better. Excuse me, top view is better. I wasn't thinking of that. Okay, so this should actually be the bottom. We go back to top view. We go straight across to this one. Is it the correct one? That's the question. Should be the lower. Nope, it's not. Actually, you can make corrections by holding down Shift, right-clicking again, and moving up. It's important to know. And actually, the other one is wrong too. Look at that. I missed that. It's important to check your work. Shift, right-click, also with Shift. Now it's correct. So, you can actually use the F key here too. It creates an edge. And then you subdivide the edge, and you get the vertex in the middle. So, then I can fill this all in. So if I right-click here, Shift right-click here, F, I create another edge. And I'm going to actually fill in all of these and then fill. But I'm going to jump ahead in the video to do that, again, to save your time. Actually, it's worth noting here that what my technique is for this. I'm not going edge by edge because from experience I know it's faster if you actually make the polys as you're doing it. So right-click, shift right-click, F. See, I'm filling it in. I'll have to finish this in the next video though.